Hello, my dear student of class 7. I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to start second chapter of geography, the interior of the earth. Interior meaning inside. What is the inside of the earth? The inside of the earth can be understood by indirect evidences like seismic waves, because no one can reach the interior of the earth. As you have seen, earth is in a sphere. It is in the form of the sphere. We are living on the uppermost part of the sphere, that is called the crust. Okay, and below that, as it is in the form of a sphere, it contains volume, it has something inside it. So what the earth has inside it, so we should understood. So today you people learned about the various parts of the earth, that is called the interior of the earth, layers of the earth. The interior of the earth is made up of several concentric layers on the top of the other, like an onion. Have you ever seen an onion? When your mom cut your onion, there is an pieces and layers and layers. One outer layer, that is called chilka, and then an inner layer, then after that a layer. Like an onion, our earth is also formed with several layers, so many layers. The outermost layer is called the crust. It is the layer where we live. Under the crust is a layer of molten rocks called mantle. Beneath the mantle lies the core, which is the hottest part of the earth. Inside the earth, the most interior part of the earth is called the core. There are two cores, inner core and outer core. The inner core is the most innest part of the earth, and it is the very hot. So let's start one by one. What is crust? It is the uppermost layer of the earth. Its average thickness varies from 30 to 50 kilometers. The upper layer of the crust is called the continental crust. It varies in thickness from about 30 km to about 50 km. It is made up of Sial and Sima. We have already studied about the Sial and Sima in chapter 1. Sial is called the silica and magnesium, and Sima silica and aluminium, and Sima is called silica and magnesium. The oceanic crust is much thinner than the continental crust. As you know, when we look at the from the outer part of the earth, there are some ocean and there are crust, continent. So there are two types of crust: oceanic crust and continental crust. Next is mantle. The mantle is a very thick layer which lies below the crust. Its average thickness is 2886 km. It's made up of the dense and the heavy material. The mantle is divided into the two parts, the upper mantle and the lower mantle. Next is core. The core is the innermost layer of the earth with radius about 1220 km. It is made up of the nickel and the iron and is therefore called the knife. Ni for nickel and Fe for ferrous. Ferrous means iron. Many experts attribute the magnetic properties of the earth to the presence of nickel and iron. The core is also known as the barosphere. It is divided into the two parts, inner core and outer core. Let's study about rocks and minerals. Compound and the elements which are formed naturally and usually found in the lithosphere are called the minerals. You have already studied about the lithosphere in chapter 1. Minerals can be organic and inorganic. Organic minerals are formed from the decomposition of the dead animals and the plants. Further, the inorganic material divided into metallic and non-metallic. Let's study the types of the rocks. Basically, there are two important and the two main types of the rock: igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks. And next is metamorphic rock. So let's study about these rocks one by one. First, igneous rock. The word igneous has been taken from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. Ignis means fire, आग. All the igneous rocks have come up after the cooling and the solidification of the molten material known as magma. The inner part of the earth, that is core, contains the magma that is in liquid form. When some volcano broke out from the earth, it turns its material into igneous rock after cooling down. Next is sedimentary rock. The word sedimentary comes from the Latin word sedimentum, meaning settle down. Sedimentary rocks are formed from the fragments of the other rocks. Igneous rocks often break down into smaller particles due to the action of the water, wind, animals. Such particles are called the sediments. Moving agents like river and the wind and the glaciers carry and deposit these sediments underwater. The deposits usually occurs in layer. With the passage of time, these layers start hardening and cementing owing to the weight of the overlaying layers. Thus, rocks formed from the debris of the other rocks and living matters are called the sedimentary rocks. जब हमारी igneous rock बाहर निकलती है ज़मीन के अंदर से उसके मटेरियल्स, तो वो छोटे छोटे कणों में टूट जाते हैं और फिर बिखर जाते हैं. तो हवा, कभी कभी पानी, कभी नदियों के बहाव के साथ वो कहीं दूर जाते हैं और फिर वो इकट्ठा होने लगते हैं, एक के ऊपर एक वो मटेरियल बैठने लगते हैं. इसी को कहते हैं सेडिमेंट होना. और फिर वो उससे हज़ारों सालों, लाखों सालों में जो रॉक का फॉर्म बन जाता है, उस रॉक को कहते हैं सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स. Next is metamorphic rock. The term metamorphic is derived from the Greek word metamorphos, meaning change of form. Metamorphic rocks are those rocks whose properties and appearance have changed within the earth crust due to the high temperature of the air or pressure. Metamorphic rocks can be formed either from the igneous rocks or from sedimentary rocks. जब अर्थ के अंदर जो रॉक सेडिमेंट्री और इग्नियस होती हैं, जब उन पे बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेशर लगता है कई सालों तक, या फिर टेम्परेचर बहुत चेंज होता है उसका, तो ये इन दोनों वजह से, चाहे तो टेम्परेचर चेंज हो या तो उस पर बहुत प्रेशर लगे, उस टाइम क्या होता है, वो सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स और इग्नियस रॉक टर्न हो जाती है हमारी मेटामॉर्फिक रॉक्स में. ओके, रॉक साइकिल. Now you know igneous rock can give rise to sedimentary rocks and both can change into metamorphic rocks. So basic rock क्या है? igneous rock. ज़मीन के अंदर से जब वोल्केनो इरप्ट होता है तो उसमें से जो मेंटल मटेरियल निकलता है, मैग्मा, that turns into igneous rock. Then igneous rock turns into sedimentary rocks. Then sedimentary and igneous, both rocks can turn into metamorphic rocks. So this is the cycle of the rock. Now let's see what is the uses of the rocks. Rocks are very useful to us. Like soil is formed when rocks break down into very small pieces. Rocks are the storehouse of the minerals. Example, fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, natural gases. We all get these things from the rocks. Rocks are extensively used in the construction of road, house. Limestone is a major raw material for the cement industry. Rocks are the source of the precious stones and gems such as diamond. Diamond is also a type of rock. Ores are widely used in industry to obtain metals and minerals. So these all are about the landforms. What is the inside of our earth? Let's have a recap. What is igneous rocks? Rocks that are formed when molten magma cools and solidifies. Sedimentary rocks formed when fragments of the other rocks get compressed. Metamorphic rocks formed due to the great heat and pressure extended to them. Okay, thank you class. Have a nice day.